Sutra number 15, Sadhana Pada of the Maharshi Patanjali's Yoga Darshana, Patanjali Yoga Sutras, is another important sutra. The sutra is Parinama Tapa Samskara Dukkhair Guna Vritti Virodhacha Dukkhameva Sarvam Vivekinaha. Parinama Tapa Samskara Dukkhair Gunavritti Virodhacha Gunameva Sarvam Vivekinaha. Parinama Tapa Samskara Dukkhaihi Gunavritti Virodhacha Dukkham Eva Sarvam Vivekinaha. Parinama Tapa Samskara Dukkha Guna Vritti Virodhacha Dukkham Eva Sarvam Vivekinaha. The word meanings are like this. Parinama is a transformation, change. If one changes to the other, that is called parinama, transformation. Tapa is acute anxiety. Paritapam, tapam, acute anxiety. Intensely anxious. Samskara is impressions, tendencies, habituations. Dukkha is misery. Guna refers to the three gunas, sattva, rajas and tamas, the three gunas, which are the foundations. Vrittis, we know vritti. Virodha acha, conflicting. Virodha is the conflicting. Virodhacha is the conflicting. Dukkham is misery. Eva is only. Eva is only. Sarva, that is sarvam, all, everything. Vivekinaha, people who have viveka. Discrimination, analysis, analyzing and discriminating people. So parinama is a change and transformation, tapa is acute anxiety, samskara is the impression, dukkha is the misery, guna is the sattva, rajas, tamo gunas, referring to that. Vritti is the, as we have seen, is the functional modalities. And then functional manifestations of the chitta. Virodhacha is a conflicting. Oppositions, opposite side, opposite nature. Virodha it is called. Virodha bhasa it is called. Virodha. And dukkham is the misery. Eva is the only sarvam vivekinaha. For all vivekinas, that is, the rough understanding of the sutra is, to the people who have developed discrimination, vivekinaha, all is misery, sarvam. Why? On account of pains resulting from three: parinama, tapa, samskara, and gunas, as also on account of the conflicts, virodhacha, of what? Functioning of the gunas and the vrittis. That is, there are four kinds of causes of affliction or the pain are above mentioned here. And they trouble even the people who are considered to be Vivekas. Vivekinaha it is. And what are the four afflictions? One is the Parinama, Tapa, Samskara, Guna, Vritti, Virodha. Combinations, permutations, pros and cons, play of the gunas and vrittis, and their own opposite plays. So this sutra means that all experiences are either actively or potentially full of misery to the wise persons. And this is so because certain conditions like changing, anxieties, though samskara word is used, it is basically habits, habituations. And there are conflicts between the functioning of the three gunas, sattva, rajas and tamas, and the vrittis which are inherent. See how beautifully entire gamut of pain and afflictions are given here. If we just see each one, we will be able to understand quite clearly. Let us take up parinama, change. And how change causes affliction. Various changes takes place in this world. The body undergoes a change. Change of time, change of place, deshakala, change of emotions. Everything in this world undergoes a change. And it's very difficult to comprehend. And this relentless change from beginning to the end, and the whole thing is so much impermanent, unpredictable, and even the exquisite pleasures, splendid achievements of this life, they just pale into insignificance. All achievements, all grand, prized possessions, they all which merge and the time eats, grabs and digests in itself. It's so stunning and shocking that nothing in this world is permanent, and the change is happening continuously. And this is a shocking, and this realization itself is a painful to accept that everything is undergoing a change, parinama. Then the tapa, anxiety. Many of us, in fact all of us, have this concern and this fear of anxiety, fears and anxiety, that what may happen, what will not happen, what is expected is not happening, and this constant fears and the anxiety of losing, that is the tapa. And that is deeply rooted in our subconscious mind, and secretly it poisons our life. And the only way is to understand, but this anxiety in the form of a fear, very deep inside, that is the tapa. And that is the cause, and that itself is an affliction, dukkha. Samskara is habits. And we get habituated to many things. Lot of samskaras we develop. Lot of tendencies, habits and impressions we develop. And if those habits and impressions cannot continue, we find lot of adjustment has to be done in the life. Lot of discomfort comes in the life because of adjustments which we have to undergo. And this necessity for adjustment and this discomfort, and that is which forces one to reconcile. But the fact remains that this need to reconcile, need to adjust, the inborn discomfort, all these are symbolized in the word samskara, habituations. That gives dukkha. Our own habits becomes a cause for our own dukkha. And the fourth one is more deeper, maybe more subtler. Gunavritti virodha, the play of the gunas, sattva, rajas, tamo gunas, and the vrittis, the functional modifications and expressions of the mind and the chitta, the conflicts between sattva, rajas, tamo guna, and the various combinations of that. We are sometimes sattvic, sometimes rajasic, sometimes tamasic. In fact, many people say that there is no sattva. Sattva is a balance and equilibrium state of tamas and rajas. But this play of the gunas, in fact, the entire world, all our experiences are rooted in this sattva, rajas, tamo gunas. And the vrittis, based on that, resultant on that, continuity of that, that virodha is the cause of the human misery. So the wise men who sees this inevitability of all this and gives up everything altogether. And that is how the sutra emphasizes. So this existence of the four kinds of afflictions mentioned in this particular sutra, and which are inherent in the human life, produces such conditions that nobody who has even developed viveka or spiritual discrimination can possibly consider. That's why the whole life is viewed as full of misery. Dukkha hetu, dukkha bhuvishtaha. It is true that the man of the world, immersed in its illusory pursuits, man of worldly, wise, tossed in these pleasures and powers of life, sukha and dukkhas, joys and sorrows. But when he encounters, either he runs away or involves more intensely to forget them. And this is an illusion, illusory misery and happiness, and something like a sugar-coated pill. So this sutra, this particular sutra proposes that it's full of misery. But is there a way out from this? Whether the Yoga Darshana gives a solution to it? Yes. The further sutras clarify that. Let us see those wonderful sutras. A way out of this. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.